of the success Operation Home Sweet Home is having in proactively uncovering housing discrimination. So, great work, the Department of Justice, our government working for us.
So the government is actually doing right by Asian people in this case.
Right.
Wow, man,
It's kind of an accomplishment in
this is
itself.
crazy.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
The world's gone upside down.
Dude.
All right, the LAPD has appointed its first Asian deputy chief. The LAPD has promoted Commander Terry Hara to deputy chief, making him the first Asian American officer in the force's history to serve in the role, as announced by Chief William Bratton. Hara will become commanding officer of West Bureau, replacing Deputy Chief Kenny Garner, who will in turn take up the same post at South Bureau. Garner replaces Deputy Chief Charlie Beck, who will be the new Chief of Detectives. The changes take effect in March. Hara, who joined the LAPD in 1980, is currently in charge of the force's Employee Relations Division and was the first Japanese American to make LAPD commander. So congratulations to Commander Terry Hara and the LAPD for its progressiveness. Now we've got a deputy chief in the LAPD. We've got Vancouver's chief of police, Chinese American Jim Chu, and the fire department of New York has they just promoted their first Asian American to fire marshal.
You know, I actually met one of the firemen. I think it was like, there's this fire station that's like on Spring Street or something like that,
Mhm.
somewhere downtown. And so I met this fireman dude, Asian guy.
Mhm.
He's like totally huge. Like
Is there a firefighter alive who's not ripped beyond belief?
he's totally ripped beyond belief, right? And he's like really tall dude. And he was actually when he was applying and like doing the physical trials,
Yeah.
he was like in the top 5 of his entry class,
Awesome.
which is like amazing.
So, so you just chatted this guy up? You were like, hey, bro,
No.
way to represent.
No, it was actually part of this Apex mentoring activity.
Oh, awesome.
So like they had this career day thing in conjunction with one of the schools downtown. It was Lower East Side Prep High School, which is like primarily immigrant students.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
So they had all these professionals in there, including they had some FBI agents. They
Awesome.
had this fireman. They had some entrepreneurs in there and some other people, and it was great.
You know what? You can't underestimate the power of seeing someone who looks like you doing something, or just seeing that something is possible. It's kind of like the 4-minute mile.
Mhm.
Like once you see this big, tall, ripped Asian dude, swinging down the fireman's pole, then the idea might creep into your head. Hey, this might be something I could do myself someday.
Yeah, exactly. I think our Asian spotting segment is going to change from Asian spotting to like a normal, hey, these are cool people segment.
That's how it should be. I mean, these things eventually they should get to the point where you see that ripped Asian dude, on the police force or in the fire department, and it's not a big deal. It slips under your notice. That's
Mhm.
where we're trying to get to eventually. Okay, so APA voters face. I think that was last week, actually.
Oh yeah, the APA
Yeah.
voters facing discrimination.
Yeah, so basically, that brief recap of that. ALDEF, the Asian American Legal Defense and Education Fund, has found in a report that Asian American voters were discriminated against at the polls during the 2006 midterm elections. All that information is available on our site.
Yes, but one thing I'd like to say for all of our listeners out there who are just sitting there saying, man, that sucks, that's wrong, I can't believe this is happening. If you would like to get involved and you want to be at the polls and make sure that this doesn't continue, you can make a difference. So contact us at comments@falloutcentral.com and I'll show you how.
Okay, actually, the story that we meant for that spot was that there were a few Asian American standout filmmakers at the Sundance Film Festival, which is the premier independent film festival in the U.S. Happens every year in Park City, Utah. That wraps today. The two standouts were Half-Life, which is by, her name, Jennifer Fang, Phang, and it is, let me see, it's a drama set in the near future. It's a family drama about an Asian American family in Southern California and all the travails they go through. There's a single parent, there's like the closeted teen, there's like drama, everything. And the Hollywood Reporter has just raved about this. This is one of the premier trade papers in entertainment, film and entertainment. And they've raved about it. They said basically this is the reason why Sundance Film Festival exists. So you can check out the information on our site. We have the link to the official homepage. Also, the other standout there was Tadashi Nakamura. He's a 27-year-old filmmaker. I think he's also from the Southern California area. He did a short film, Pilgrimage, which is about a group of Japanese Americans who, in the 1960s, they looked into their past. They found out all about their internment era, and they started the Manzanar Pilgrimage, which is where a lot of young Japanese Americans will go to Manzanar, which was the site of an internment camp during World War II. And CNN has profiled him for their Young People Who Rock segment. That's for up and coming people in all fields who are under 30, and that is also on our site, available for your viewing pleasure. Okay, what we got next?
Next up, Michael Chang. All right, Michael Chang elected to International Tennis Hall of Fame. Chang leaves the court after his farewell match in 2003. Oh, we got this awesome photo on our site from when he was doing that. Now, Michael Chang, who became the youngest man to win a Grand Slam title at age 17 in 1989, has been elected to the International Tennis Hall of Fame. He'll be inducted on July 12th as part of a ceremony at the International Tennis Hall of Fame and Museum in Newport, Rhode Island?
Yep.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Yep.
Chang, 35, entered the 1989 French Open unseeded, but won 5-set matches against first-seeded Ivan Lendl in the quarters and third-seeded Stefan Edberg in the final. He reached the world's number 2 ranking in 1996, then retired from professional play in 2003, and now plays on the senior tour. His feat still stands in the record books. For more on Michael and his various mentorship and outreach efforts, visit his official website. One thing I gotta tell you about Michael Chang, right? So, my bro, right, my older brother, he was like a tennis fanatic for as long as I can remember, probably for his whole life. And before Michael Chang won that tournament,
Yeah.
I actually did not know that Asian people could play tennis. in my young person's mind, like really small sheltered mind, I just saw tennis occasionally because it wasn't like I was a big fan. My brother was. I just kind of occasionally observed what was going on TV.
Because it has that
Yeah.
air of like white country club to it, doesn't it?
Well, I wasn't thinking in those terms at that time. I just saw what I saw on TV. Then when
Okay.
this guy wins the tournament, it's just like something clicked, like, holy cow.
But what you saw on TV was a bunch of white dudes with headbands
Yeah.
and fros, right?
And then there was this guy. So, you think on things in the most simplistic terms when you're a kid, but then, that kind of carries into other areas of your life later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
So if we never had this guy, I don't know, maybe I'd still be thinking that.